it's Lunar Light Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. Hi if you are new. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. So y'all saw that title, you already know what this is. This is What Do Men Assume About You? Okay, it's gonna be pretty interesting. And for my OGs today, I have the reading, What Vibe Does Your Social Media Give Off? All right, so two interesting topics. You might notice I don't have anything in front of me right now, and that is because I wanted to do things a bit differently today. I wanted you guys to see like the prayers that I do and kind of like my setup on camera, the shuffling. So I have that time stamped down below. Of course, if you just want to skip to the card selection, feel free to do that, no worries. But yeah, if you guys want to kind of chit chat with me, see what prayers I do before each and every reading I do, and kind of like me shuffling the cards and kind of catch up with me, I have that coming up right now. Okay, so those of you who want to go to the reading, it's your last chance. Go ahead down to the description, and that is where I'll have the timestamps. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into my setup here and a little bit of a chit chat. So happy to just be like kind of sitting down with you all, and I want to get more personable as this channel goes on. I want you guys to like know me better. Eventually I'm going to be coming on camera, showing my face and all that kind of stuff. So, but I'm just getting ready to do all of those things, you know, slowly but surely. Anyway, I have not prayed yet before the reading. I do this same prayer before every one of my readings. So I thought it'd be extra powerful. We all do it together, or you guys can just listen. So yeah, here we go. And I'm gonna pray to Divine Spirit. You already know. All right. Divine Spirit, please use me as a clear divine channel for all of your highest vibrational messages for the good of all the universe. And please bring forward accurate messages for my YouTube viewers on the topic of what do men assume about them? And also for my OG viewers, what vibe does their social media give off? Lord, please let this be an incredible reading that they love so much. Please let it benefit them. Please help me to focus during this reading. Please let it be as quiet as possible around me and outside. Please protect my energy during this reading. Please put me in the right energy to deliver this reading. Please help me with my enunciation and diction, and let it just be a really, really fantastic reading that they all love so much and gets lots of views too. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Spirit. I love you. Amen. Okay, so that's the prayer I do before every reading, and I think I love really just like, it's gonna sound corny, but you know, communicating with Spirit and just being, you know, like casual about it. Words are so powerful, and I really do believe that like spelling is spells. So I'm big into affirmations right now in terms of like my manifestation routine. I'm so big into affirmations. So much so that I've actually been taking a break as of recently. You know, when you guys like say your affirmations every day and you're like, we get it, like I want abundance and prosperity. But yeah, I'm trying to like say the, what's that one phrase? Like, I don't chase, I attract. What belongs to me will come to me. It started with that, of course, and then I started adding things onto it. Anyway, so I thought we could use these as the pickers today. These are the love oracles, sex and romance inspiration from the good, the bad, and the beautiful. It is such a mouthful, but it has all these beautiful people, as you can see. So I thought we could choose these as the pickers today. You guys can find these on Amazon if you are interested. Yeah, I feel like would any of you guys like to know what affirmations I'm saying? It's that one. And then sometimes I add in, you know, what positive things that belong to me, like just in case. I'm like, okay, I get karma too, so let me try and just get all the positive stuff that belongs to me. I try to assume that everything that belongs to me is positive, but you know, I believe in karma, so I'm like, I'm not totally sure. Ooh, let's take Joan Collins as the first card. But what else have I been saying? I've been saying I effortlessly attract incredible opportunities, experiences, people, and abundance that is undeniably meant for me. That's a really good one. Sometimes we'll say affirmations about certain like people and situations. Sigmund Freud. Ooh, this is interesting. Look, it has a guy. Okay, let's take this one as a second card. Okay, a lot of like men creeping in the back of these cards. Actually, I didn't even notice that Joan Collins also has a guy creeping in the back of her card. Look at that. So the energy's on point already about what men are assuming about you. And I'm gonna do a what women are assuming about you too. You know, I'm just waiting. Let's take Elizabeth Taylor too, because I'm liking this theme. I think the energy is totally on so far. So what else have I been like affirming? I try to do a lot of different things on manifestation routine. What are you guys' favorite manifestation tips or your favorite routine right now? I'm like starting to get into kind of a routine. Recently I did the water method, which is essentially you take, I have one right here, like a glass of water, preferably really a bottle of water, something that could be closed and like, you know, saved for multiple days. But you kind of just, and I learned about this first from the Gem Goddess and then in more detail from Annalisa, I believe her name is, on YouTube. Both fantastic YouTubers, most definitely check them out if you're into manifestation. But essentially you kind of like speak into it like a mic. That's what Annalisa said, and say everything that you want to come to you. Kind of like your affirmations, like I am this, I have this. And then you drink it either all at once or like every day. I tried that and I feel like it's been working. Oh, wow, Marilyn Monroe. Okay, I wanted to try and get some people of color in this, but I think this deck is pretty, it's not the most diverse. They have Cleopatra and like, I know they have Rihanna in here. Oh, Josephine Baker. Wow, she is super iconic. I'm trying to find decks that are more diverse. Guys, let me know, let me know. Because I'm big into scripting when it comes to manifesting and also listing, which if you guys haven't heard of listing, it's kind of the same as scripting. Let me explain. Listing is kind of like you write the things you want out as a list, and you can expand it to be as big as, you know, affirmations you're writing down in a list form, like I have this, I have that. Or you can just literally write down like iPhone 12 or Beats headphones. You guys know what I want. Okay. What do men assume about you? Another thing I've been thinking about is going live. I really have wanted to go live for a long time actually, and I've just been nervous to do it. Isn't that silly? I feel like it's silly, and that, you know, there's no problem. I feel like we interact a lot already. I mean, you guys know I do these videos like essentially live. I don't cut, you know, like I cut in between the piles, but I really don't cut the actual, you know, me talking. So in that way, it's already the same, like, you know, it would be the same thing, but I've been so nervous to get on live for some reason and just like set a date. So I really want to do that for you guys soon. I have been thinking about it, and I think it'd be so fun. I'm like itching to interact with you guys in like a more intimate way, but I'm also like nervous for some reason. So yeah, let me know, comment down below if you're like want to see a live. I'm planning that really soon, okay? I'm planning to do that. What have you guys been up to? Hope you guys have been well, like having a good day. In the US, fall is coming. So I love to see the leaves change, stuff like that. And it's a whole different vibe, isn't it? Like each season is season. I hope you guys are doing well. I know with fall can come like, you know, it's getting darker. It depends on where you are, of course, right? But it can get darker. It can get like more gloomy. The weather's a little less like, you know, you can't get outside as often. So make sure you guys are practicing your self-care, you know, whenever you can, doing things to take care of yourself, you know, setting your boundaries, making sure like if you need to take a break, you take it, you know, because nothing's worse than like overworking yourself and, you know, like being burnt out at that point and you can't even do anything after that, like, you know. All right, I think we've got to the point in the reading where I'm about to start the actual reading. I really hope you guys liked this. Like, I can keep doing these little chit chat in the beginnings if you like them, or I could do them more occasionally. Let me know what you thought of the chit chat. I would love to like even answer questions and like this kind of forum, and just have you guys get to know me a little bit more as a person. I know I don't really like come on camera, and that's not something I've been wanting to like conquer as well. I really want the message to speak for itself, and I really want this channel to emulate the message of self-love is key for transforming your life, inner change to outer change, you know, take care of yourself first, you know, fill up your own cup, and you know, the rest will flow. And I don't mean that in a way that's like, you know, selfish, but we are the most important person in our own lives. And I think that's okay to accept. I think that's okay to, you know, look after ourselves as our, you know, our mother would look after us, our father would look after us, you know, someone who loved us would look after us. I think it's really important to like adopt that. So I really hope that that's showing through this channel. I really hope that following me has been, you know, helping you guys, even in some small way. That is always my intention and my goal. So yeah, I hope that a message is really resonating and like shining through on this channel. Even when I do readings that are more like gossipy focused, I try and sneak it in because I want to give you guys what's like super interesting, you know. But I don't want to be just a gossip channel. I really want it to be like, you know, self-love and gossip. Because let's be honest, it's pretty fun. I feel like so much of tarot is like gossip. But not in a bad way. I mean, it's fun to learn stuff, you know? All right. So, welcome everybody to the card selection. So this is what we have here today. Pile number 1 is going to be the lovely Joan Collins. Pile 2 is Sigmund Frued. Pile 3 is Elizabeth Taylor. And pile 4 is Marilyn Monroe. All right, who have you got your bets on? Who is for you? Who resonates with you? I'm just kidding about the bets. All right, if you are having a hard time choosing, feel free to pause this video and just kind of blankly look over the cards, see where your eyes drift to the most, see what gives you maybe an emotional reaction. That will be your deck, and I will see all of you at your reading, okay? Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the lovely Joan Collins, this is your reading. Let's go ahead and get into it. So what do men assume about you? If you didn't notice in the card selection, actually every card has a man looking over a woman, like in the background. So I thought that was super interesting. I was just shuffling, and then, I mean, you could see it in the, I actually have it in the video this time. But yeah, they all came out with guys in the background. So I thought that was so interesting. All right, well, the first things that I'm getting just from this card is that people kind of feel like you are expensive. I see you as being someone who is, I wouldn't necessarily say high maintenance. If you would say that, then totally go for it. But I feel like someone who is fancy, you know, someone who enjoys luxury. And people see you as having some sort of star quality to you, all right? I mean, Joan Collins, she's literally holding a book called Star Quality. Did she write a book called Star Quality? I'm actually not sure. But she's like dripping in ice right now. I mean, she's iced out. So you already know, they think you're fancy, all right? I'm really drawn to this phrase, beauty is power, so use it rather than lose it. Yeah, people kind of, men do assume that, like, they see you as being quite powerful. Okay, let's see what they assume. All right. What do men assume about you? For those who chose pile number 1, what do men assume about you? I heard lusty. Interesting. Maybe they could assume that you're a little bit of a freak in the sheets. I'm getting that. All right. Men assume that you need to be courted in a certain way, that they can't just come up to you with like any offer and that you be interested in them, all right? They assume that you would easily walk away from them. Or you walk away, not from them, but you'd walk away from trouble. You walk away from things that don't serve you. Yeah, okay, this is kind of interesting. Okay, some people assume that you would like get annoyed with them or like get annoyed easily. I think these are the people who you wouldn't like. So they can just tell to stay away, you know? All right, you do have quite a hold over people, even people who are not telling you this. A lot of people are most definitely attracted to you and return to your like social medias, or like they try and like see you in person, you know? You definitely have some people like with your post notifications on type stuff, you know what I mean? Like they don't actually have to be on, but like they are, like every time you post, they find a way to your page, you know, like real quick. People assume that you are like a little bit of a heartbreaker, or that like you'll like cause trouble. I don't know why I'm getting that, but the 10 of Swords in reverse kind of feels like that. Okay, when I say cause trouble, I mean cause trouble for people who are causing trouble for you, you know? Like these are like the F-boys that are like, oh no, she'd be trouble for me. Like, no, you be trouble, and then I nix out the trouble. So that's really funny. People definitely see that you like you're not gonna play any games. Joan Collins. People assume that you're really independent, that you make your own money. You have like goals for yourself. People assume that you have like plans for the future already. Okay, I'll just take these actually. I'm not sure if every pal will get the same amount of cards. All right. Yeah, Page of Wands. Yeah, men assume that you are really like fiery and that you have a lot of ambition. They also assume that you're like not so, like you don't know how beautiful you are, or that like you could be a little, I mean, I don't think that you guys are, but they assume that you could be a little bit insecure. Who said that? Who said that? I don't know, but they kind of feel that way. I think that men don't see you as knowing how beautiful you are. They also assume that you have a lot of people like in your DMs, you know, with the Lovers card there. A lot of people are into you. Look, dating queen, all right? Yeah, even though they may not be seeing this, men assume that you get taken out on dates a lot. Okay, that's why I came out in reverse. Like they may not be seeing you go on all these dates, but they do assume that you go on a lot of dates. You get a lot of gifts. You could be in a relationship. They assume that your relationship is going really well. All right. They assume that you curve everybody for this relationship, and they're like, damn, you must be loyal as hell. There we go. Mature woman. Yeah, people do assume that you are mature. You're really put together. Again, Joan Collins is iced out here. Like the vibe is icy, pricey, you know, like looking good. Yeah, I really like it. You must be a really beautiful person. I'm really seeing this like inside and out, you know, and really inner beauty shines so much, but I'm really getting you guys are very attractive. And it's just like this kindness that you guys have too. If you're like a really kind person, you're like pretty chill and like very nice. Okay, look. Gossip, the gossip card. What are they gossiping about? Dating and gifts. I'm crying. I almost dropped both of these. People are literally gossiping, like men are literally gossiping about how you must go on so many dates, like, you know, you're so fine, you must be getting so many gifts, you know, like people want to be with you, like that's just who they are, you know, they're fine as hell type stuff. Okay. What else have we got? I'm gonna keep it short and sweet today, guys. What do men assume about you? What do men assume? Keys on a ring, bruh. Oh my! This says many options. Literally, people assume that you have many options. That if you were to break up, you know, with your person tomorrow, there'll be 5 people around the corner. You know what I mean? That you're always in like multiple talking phases. That's what people think. You know? Hold on. Let me just scoot these up so you can see all the cards. Yeah, people most definitely think that. Something about your social media, and again, you have that like star-like quality. If you guys want to see what vibe your social media gives off, be sure to check out the OG reading. Shameless plug. But yes, okay. What do men assume about you? Assume, if I can enunciate. Heartbroken. Oh my gosh, what did I say earlier? That you're like, they assume that you're a heartbreaker. They assume that you must have like a string of people behind you. Something about the way that you look, I don't know. And maybe you kind of fall into a certain aesthetic too. Some of you could be certainly like very conventionally beautiful, but I'm getting a lot of like alternative aesthetics here, all right? Oh, you know what I just heard? She too goth for me. She too goth for me. Y'all know I'm on TikTok. So, yeah, some of you could be in that goth emo aesthetic, or a little bit darker. I'm actually changing my wardrobe to be more like that for the fall, you know? So, I don't know, like that kind of stuff. You give people like a little bit of a chill. Like men assume that you would give them the cold shoulder, and also that they would get like chills from being around you. Getting that cold imagery. All right, then we have date. Lily says dating, meeting someone new, get back out there, plan or set a date. I really do not have to beat this dead horse. Like seriously, people feel like you are dating, like you're out on dates a lot. You're constantly getting like flowers, attention, you know, gifts. The thing is, like men also assume they have to come at you right, but they're assuming that there are plenty of people who are doing that, you know, because you just don't. Because they just don't see you like settling for scrubs, you know? They just don't see it. So they're like, it must not happen, you know? I don't think it does. Then you have Hand of Cards. Take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, and gambling. I think men assume that you like to take risks in your life. You could like to take like risk fashion-wise, or, you know, you can make fashion choices or like, yeah, fashion choices that others would see as a risk, but for you it's just expression, you know? And it always works out in your favor, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, you guys aren't afraid to take risk in life, and that's what they assume about you, and that's what they like about you. Yeah, something about you is coming off as like very passionate. I mean, look at all this, all the red we have, a lot of red and blue. So that tells me that people are kind of getting like almost an emotional response when they look at your photos, you know? It's the kind of energy that's like, you are seeing through me. You're not just like looking at me, even though it's a picture, you know? Yeah, people most definitely assume that they would fall in love with you quick, that they would catch feelings for you quick, you know? They meet you at a party, they want to take you home. People are gossiping about like you're a little bit of trouble, like, oh, I would get in trouble if so-and-so is here. Oh, if so-and-so is here, like, bruh, it's a wrap. Like, she gonna get me into trouble, like that kind of thing, you know? She, they, you know, he, you know what I mean? Anyway, I really hope that you all enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Wednesday. And if you would like a personal reading from me, I would love to help you out. Go ahead and look at my description box down below, and that is where I have my services link that will explain everything about a reading with me. Furthermore, I have the OG reading for you all. It's going to be about what vibe does your social media give off. Check it out if you are interested. Kind of get into a little bit here, but it's gonna be more detailed, of course. But yeah, I really hope that you all enjoyed this one. I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, love and light. Bye-bye. Hey there, pal number 2, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Sigmund Frued card, this is your reading, of course. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing I wanted to point out about all of these cards, I don't know if you noticed in the card selection, but they all have these guys here, these men looking over women in the picture. Isn't that so interesting? If you go back to the card selection, they all have guys in the background. So very, very interesting. All right, so let's get into the first thing that men assume about you, and then I'm going to start pulling the tarot, of course. People definitely assume that you are very intelligent, that you are a scholar, that you're very sophisticated. Smart coming through really, really heavily. That you're a very snazzy dresser. People see you as like being very snazzy. Maybe you like a business casual or like more preppy dress wear, all right? Or maybe you're more formal in the way that you dress. You could be going to like, you know, something like a relaxed hangout with your friends, but you gotta have like the nice, you know, like, what's it, the outfit together, you know what I mean? People assume that you're very put together. People also assume that you are a really great advice giver. You're kind of like a therapist, all right? Actually, guys, you're gonna be like, what? But I actually do not remember what Sigmund Freud did. He's a philosopher? Am I wrong? He has to be a philosopher or something like that, right? Freud? He did something with psychology, am I wrong? But yeah, people feel like you are a fantastic like people reader. You read character really well. All right, let's get into the tarot. These are the, what are these? Your Tarot, Your Way cards. They come with a guidebook. These are fantastic if you're wanting to just start out. All right, men also assume that you have like a sunny disposition on life, that you're really positive. All right, what do men assume about you? What do men assume about you? They assume that it's really hard to get you down in the dumps. They think that you have like probably, like, this may not be totally conscious, it may be that you've probably been through a lot, and so you understand, like, you know, what the gray is in life. You know, with someone, or not just someone, but you know, when like certain people, I don't know who, I seriously don't, who have like just had a really good life, so they get into like a gray area, or like things start going like not so well for them, and it's like the world is ending. It's like you are able to like take a little bit of gray in your life. You know, not everything is going to be like black and white, you know, and that life is an ebb and flow. So they feel like it's like you have a really good disposition on life. You have a really good mindset. Men also assume that you have built yourself up from a place of having less, you know. I think that is the case for most people. All right. Two of Cups in reverse. Men assume that it's really hard to pin you down, and that could be for a lot of different reasons. That could be like, you know, for a date, for you know, to hang out, in a relationship. It's like you are very much so doing your own thing. You're really mysterious. Men see you as being very mysterious, working for your own benefit, not necessarily being selfish, but like being mysterious with your intentions, all right? But they do want to know, like, how you seem to do the things that you do. Like, men would think that talking to you about your life and how you operate is an opportunity, because things seem to be working out for you in a way they, you know, in some ways they haven't seen. It's like you seem to be working on your own accord, but you're not stuck. You're not stuck, you know what I mean? Like, you're moving forward in this great way, and you're doing it all by yourself. Men are seeing that as almost being like you're somewhat sneaky in some ways. I don't know what that is. You could have your own business, all right? You could have a really great career. It's like you don't need anybody to prop you up, you know? They could never say like, oh yeah, they got this job because of so-and-so, like they got this money because of this and that. Oh, their business is successful because of this and that. No, they know it's all hard work, you know, and that you're doing it by yourself. And so it's like, what edge do you have? Like, what is up with you? Why do you have this competitive edge? All right, men almost see you as like competition. I don't want to put that in the air like that's the only thing they see you as. Most definitely getting attraction, most definitely seeing as like, men see you as a very, very, very solid equal. Yep. What else have we got? And that, yeah, you're really strong within yourself, all right? You're immovable unless you want to be moved, you know, by yourself. Men have also assumed that you have healed greatly, that you have like come back from a lot in your own life, and that you're not really willing to share the secrets of how you did that, you know? That you're working for your own, you're like a free agent, you know? Mature man, okay, you could be a mature man. I'm also seeing that people are seeing you as being very mature. No matter what the gender is here, no worries. People are seeing you as being very mature, all right? And mature men are interested in you. If you're interested in mature men, I think either way, honestly, you're the kind of person that men see themselves sitting down with and having a business conversation and asking and like interviewing you almost, you know? I mean, that may not be like that serious for all of you, but like they definitely want to pick your brain, because you seem to be doing all these things by yourself. Like, how are you moving like the G in lasagna by yourself? Like, what is going on? In silence, that's what I'm trying to say. All right, Destiny. Men do feel like you are destined for great things. You know, it's becoming more and more obvious. I'm really gonna say that. People from your past are jealous of the way that you have turned out. I don't want to like, so pointed, like they're jealous of you, but I'm really feeling that, like, people are like, damn, you really turned out so bomb, and you're moving in a way I did not expect, especially exes. If they counted you out, they're like, I should have counted you in, Jesus. I should have counted you in. All of a sudden you're over here, you know, stacking checks and looking healthy and fit. Like, what is up with you? You're looking good, you know what I mean? You're looking good, feeling good, bank account healthy. I have passion in reverse. It's like you only hold this passion towards yourself. So men see that as being very attractive also. They feel like they just can't like get under your skin like that. Young men, yeah, the people feel young compared to you, even if you are the same age, you know? They feel young compared to you. It's like you seem miles ahead in whatever you're doing. Okay, I see you. All right, what do men assume about you? I'm gonna wrap it up with this deck. These are the Island 10 Wellness Love Oracle cards, and these are the Amira's Love Oracles. I'm like forgetting to tell you guys. Okay, you probably know already. But yeah, girl talk. This one says, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, and having fun. Yeah, you guys are living in the moment, you're having fun, you're saying yes to life. And look, you're doing it as a single person. You don't actually have to be literally single, but it's like you propel yourself, you know? Men are kind of almost shocked, like you don't need anybody else to lift you up like this. Like you're like, damn, you do this all by yourself. The snake, wow, what did I see? Competition is the first word. Competition, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder. The other woman, people feel like you're coming for their spot. You know what I mean? Especially this is a work environment, especially if you have like a lot of male coworkers. People are like, damn, they're gonna take my job. They're out here doing good. What the hell? I didn't expect that much. It's like almost like, especially if you are a feminine energy, if you hold mostly feminine energy, or if you know, you are a woman, it all depends. People are most definitely seeing you as like, oh, hell no. Like, how do they do this? Like, how are they so ambitious? How are they making things happen for themselves? It's like you don't even seem to be like breaking a sweat. That's the thing. Like, you're not even breaking your neck to get these opportunities. They're just being like, you know, brought to you, and you're like, yes, yes, yes. You know? People are starting to pick up that you're divinely protected, that you're, you know, like this is your destiny to make something of yourself. You could have had some people around you that you felt were doubting you, and now they're watching you and they're like, oh shoot, I should have counted you in. I should have counted you in. All right, engagement ring in reverse. People want to engage with you now, but they feel like they slighted you. Oh my God. That could be very specific for some of you. Just in general, I feel like men want to engage with you, but they feel like, you know, you're already so focused, either on, maybe you actually are in a commitment already, like in a relationship, or you're just committed to your work, you're committed to like whatever, committed to your standards, you know, who knows? And they don't feel like they can really approach you in that way. We also have girl with a snake, all right, in reverse. It says empath, narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable, and boundaries. Men know that they cannot play you. They just cannot. I hear you play me, you play yourself. That's it. You know what I mean? Men know they cannot use you. They can't charm you into lowering your boundaries. You know what I mean? It's just not gonna happen. You have this passion towards yourself that is immovable, unshakable, and it propels your life in this fantastic direction. You're bringing all of your energy towards yourself, towards your healing, you know? Towards your goals. I say people almost see you as like sneaky, moving in silence, you know? All of a sudden you pop up, you know, you got a new hair color, you know, you got a new job position, or like you had graduated or something, and now you got a new relationship, you're engaged or whatever. It's like, damn. You keep leveling up. How do you keep creeping up on me like this? Yeah, men are definitely seeing you as some kind of competition, like at work, for the promotion, you know what I mean? For the best grades in the class. I don't know, guys. Okay. I feel like we love to see it, you know? Anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Wednesday. And if you guys would like a personal reading from me, I would love to help you out. Go ahead and look at my description box down below, and that is where I have my services link that will explain everything about a reading with me. And furthermore, I have the OG reading for you guys. It's going to be about what vibe does your social media give off. So if you're interested in that, it's at the end of the reading. Thanks so much for watching this one, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, love and light. Bye-bye. Hey there, pile number 3, and if you chose Elizabeth Taylor, I don't know why I can't say her name, this reading is for you. The first thing I want to point out about all of these cards and the card selection was that they all have men lurking in the back. Oh my God, did you notice that? Each one of the cards is a guy lurking in the back watching this woman. So, or multiple. So I was kind of shocked. Not all of them are like that, of course. So here we are. You can see me shuffle them out in the beginning if you were interested. But yeah, let's get into what men assume about you. Elizabeth Taylor, All right, well, men definitely see you as sexy. I heard the word tease. They could assume that you're a little bit of like a tease, or you're a flirt. Okay, that's more accurate. That you are a natural flirt. You like to flirt. You have a lot of fun. Men also assume that you are a little bit serious. All right, you're a little bit serious. You take yourself seriously. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Men also see you as being fashionable, and stern and firm. You know. Like you just don't budge for everybody. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into the tarot. These are the Your Tarot Your Way cards. So yeah, what do men assume about you? What do men assume about pile number 3? All right, well, well, the first thing I was getting at is that men assume that they can't take too long to like ask you out or to like court you, you know? Like you like to live, and they also assume you like to live life at an interesting pace. Like maybe you have a kind of a fast paced life. Okay, yes, definitely. Okay, men are assuming that you are kind of like the life of the party. You have a lot of like passion for life, and that you live life like almost like fast. I don't know why I'm getting that. That is so interesting. That is so interesting. But at the same time, it's not like, you know, you're in any situations that are like rough and tough. When I say fast, I know sometimes I can have the connotation of being negative, but I think that things are happening for you quickly. Like you're reaching your goals quickly. Like you have a lot of passion towards life. That's kind of what I'm getting with the Devil card. Men assume that people become attached to you very easily. All right, and if they were to talk to you or like try and get involved with you, then it would be very hard for them to like separate themselves later. Men assume that you want a lot of effort to put into the relationship, as you should, and then you're gonna cut them out if they are not doing those things. All right, what do men assume about you? 6 of Pentacles. They assume that you, once you're in a relationship or you're in some kind of like talking phase with someone, that you're incredible. Oh my God, that you're so worth every single ounce of effort. Yeah, I mean, these are the people who like are really resonating with you more, like who are not afraid of putting in effort. Men assume that you make a lot of money, you make good money, and then you're always having like opportunities come to you behind the scenes, because it looks like you're well taken care of. What I'm getting is that you have a really good sense of style, sense of fashion. You could be like changing your clothes a lot. You could have just bought new clothes, all right? People are seeing your new clothes. Yeah, men assume that you have money, you're doing well for yourself, that you are in a happy place in life, and that your life moves very quickly, you know? Like you're always on to the next thing. And you're always, what I'm hearing is blessing people with your presence. You could be like someone who's very popular, kind of life at the party. You could post a lot of pictures like with your friends, or like when you go out, you post pictures, you know? And people assume that like, damn, like they have a pop in life. And you could always be like around, you could have like a really stable group of friends also, or like you have multiple groups of friends, and people assume that you're like, people assume that you're a good friend too. All right, union in reverse. All right, I definitely just heard, like I said before, it's hard to pin you down, right? People assume that it's hard to pin you down. Fair male in reverse. Interesting. You know what? Oh my God, this is gonna be specific for some of you. Some men assume that you won't like their type. There could be a certain type that you don't like, and they could assume that you're gonna avoid them. If you're like for instance, you know, it could be anything, guys. It doesn't have to be exactly this, but if you're like a person of color, like white guys could assume that you don't want to date them. Stuff like that. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm getting. All right. Nothing's wrong with a little swirl, you know? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. Anyway, nothing is wrong. I'm just playing with you. All right, mature woman. Yeah, people assume that you're mature, you're serious. You know, you don't mess around with people. You do want someone who's fair as well, like who is, you know, who's just. We also have young female. So people see you as being like, you know, hot and sexy. I don't always want to equate young with being sexy. I mean, like that's really not the truth. But yeah, people do assume that you are like young and sexy, but you're also very mature, you know? All right, let's wrap it up with the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle cards. What do men assume about you? Paradise. What did I just say? Because they assume that being with you is like happiness, joy, expansion. Like, wow. It's either you're paradise or you're the snake. That's what they see it. That's terrible. It's not terrible, but it's like the wrong people are seeing you as this snake. Like, you know, they're really like, it's hard to get to you. It's so much effort to be with you, blah, blah. Like, it's not even worth it, blah, blah. And the people who are worth it are like, yes, it would be paradise to be with Elizabeth Taylor. I finally said it right, yay. What else have we got? What do men assume about you? Last two cards here. And we have Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings. Growth, change, transition. When I tell you, people feel like you are accelerating at a rapid pace. I'm really not kidding. What else we got? What do men assume about you? And then twin flames. Men assume that you were like a really passionate soulmate. That you, like, they almost assume that they are your soulmate sometimes. It depends. Like, these are people who know you a little bit better, right? A lot of people kind of have crushes on you as well. Excuse me. A lot of people, I'm trying to talk slower, guys, have crushes on you. So much so to the point where they're feeling like, oh my God, this person could be my soulmate. I don't even know if I believe in soulmates, but they could be my soulmate. But really, you just have awesome vibes, and everyone thinks that you're their soulmate because the vibes are so impeccable. It is what it is. All right. Okay, that is what I have for you all today. I really hope that you all enjoyed it. And of course, I have the OG reading for you as well, and I'm hopping right into that. So that's going to be all about what vibe does your social media give off. So if you're interested in that, it's at the end of the reading. If you would like a personal reading with me, I would love to help you out. Go ahead and look in my description box down below, and that is where I have my services link that will explain everything about a reading with me. And yeah, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel because I post every Wednesday. All right, I hope you all enjoyed this one. I'll talk to you in the next one. Love and light. Bye-bye. Hey there, pal number 4, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Marilyn Monroe card, this is your reading, of course. Let's go ahead and get into it and find out, what do men assume about you, all right? So, I mean, you chose Marilyn Monroe. I think you already know people have crushes on you, all right? And if you don't know, I'm here to tell you. There are a lot of men who have crushes on you, and they also assume that other men are finding you attractive as well. You have a very alluring presence. People are seeing you as like very sexy, being someone who's like very fancy. I mean, Marilyn Monroe is a perfect person to pick. This is like universal sex appeal, all right? So let's check it out. I know some of y'all are gonna comment like, What? Like me, universal sex? I don't want to hear it today, okay? Universal sex appeal. I said it, all right? Period. Let's move on and accept it. What do men assume about you? Judgment in reverse. 8 of Cups. They assume that you are a really kind person. You're very tolerant. Men could also assume that you're a little bit naive in some ways, all right? But then the people who know you see you as a hermit, you know? They see you as being very wise. So it's only people who kind of don't know you who assume that you're a little bit naive. But other than that, people see you as being very accepting and tolerant. Sometimes when you are a very nice person, people assume that you are naive, but those two don't necessarily equate, you know? 8 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, people assume that you are very dedicated to like your goals, but that you're also into trying a lot of new things, okay? You're into trying a lot of new things. You're kind of someone who goes where your passion leads you, or you know, you're always trying to you know, find that next thing that really ignites your soul, lights up your passion. Men assume that you've been taking a break as of recently, like something that you've been up to, like normally you're taking a break from. Maybe that could even be like a friendship, a relationship of some sort. That could be like some hobbies that you do. People assume that you're like taking a break. You're having like a thoughtful period, all right? All right. People also assume that you don't know how beautiful you really are. Men don't assume that you are as independent as you are. They feel like maybe you secretly rely on other people or like rely on validation, which is weird, you know? But yeah, they don't assume that you actually are as independent as you are. All right, the Devil. Yeah, men assume that because you're kind, you get caught up in difficult situations often, or like people could, like they kind of assume that they could pull one over your eyes, but I just heard they have a surprise coming for them, so that kind of rhymed. But yeah, I don't feel like that's you at all. This is interesting. What else we got? 4 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, again about the stability. Something about like you going from like hobby to hobby, or it could even be like you switched jobs recently. Men are assuming that you like aren't that stable as you actually are, which is so silly. Yeah, you're doing really, really well for yourself in life right now, and I feel like you're just following your passion. You're following, you know, your soul's destiny, dare I say. And yeah, people looking at you like, huh, what? Like, why would they do that? Why would they move in that way? Why would they have this business? Why would they, you know, put their energy into this? You know, like, oh, they must be just kind of like effing around, like messing around. But really, like, you have your head on straight. They just don't see the same potential as you do, you know, like they're not living in your shoes. Men who know you a little bit better see you as being mysterious, especially during this time. I do feel like you're taking some time out to rest or something. But soon it's gonna be game time, bitch. Okay, I'm quoting Nicki Minaj, of course. Sorry, if you don't know that, friends. Sometimes I quote pop culture a little too much. Anyway, back to the Moon. People are definitely seeing you as kind of keeping your plans to yourself, all right? Keeping your plans to yourself until you're ready for go time. And then the Lovers here. Yeah, people do assume that people are all over you though. Men assume that other men and other people are all over you and that they're really, really attracted to you. You know, I think that is kind of like somewhat of the image Marilyn Monroe got back in the day, that she wasn't as competent, as great of an actress as she was. She got pigeonholed into all of these sexy roles and like, you know, wanted to break out. And because, you know, maybe because men kept thinking of her in that same way, she kind of kept getting pigeonholed like this, you know, and not seen for all of her different talents. So I think that's kind of what's happening here. Some like men see you in the surface as being, like I said, undeniably hot. Undeniably hot. So they're like, oh, what else like is there? Like, what else could there be? Oh my God. That's so stupid. I can't. Okay. Oh my God, that's so silly. All right, communication is here. Something about your voice. Something about your voice is very sexy. All right, you can have a sexy singing voice. Again, back to Marilyn Monroe, right? Men assume that you get a lot of DMs. People are texting you, blowing up your line a lot. People who know you, like men who know you, assume that you're a good writer, that you are good at creating stories, good at, you know, creating a narrative, and good at talking to people. And I want to say creating a narrative, I don't mean like lying. What I mean is, like, you know how we can have our social media personas a bit and then our own personal persona? It's kind of like that, you know? Like, you put out, like, you know, social media is curated. So, like, and the men that are in your life know you a little bit more. So, like, yeah, they're pretty good at separating their, like, online life from their personal life, you know? So people are seeing you online and they're like, oh, this, and that. But in actuality, that and this. You know, you fill in the blanks. All right. Spiritual growth in reverse. Oh my God, these men are so silly. They're really assuming that you have not been focusing on your spiritual growth. A lot of these men who are like, honestly have no business calling themselves this, are like, oh yeah, I'm more mature than so and so. I must be more mature than so and so, because look what they spend their time doing. Like, you could have like a business that like people see as being like frivolous. For example, like, you're into the beauty sphere in some way, like, you know, you do nails or you do eyelashes, you do makeup in some way, you know what I mean? Like, you can do something creative. You could be a public speaker. You could talk about manifestation. You could do, you know, even tarot readings. People, like men, will look at that and be like, wait, what? Like, this is making you money? And you're like, yes, it is. You should also be making money. Like, maybe if you judge a little bit less and focus on yourself, you're making more money too. Okay? That is so interesting, guys. What else have we got? I'm gonna wrap it up here with the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle cards. So as soon as I can shuffle these, we'll see what they have to say. Okay. What do men assume about you? So the cards are like flipped over. Alrighty. What do men assume about you? Palm tree. Yeah, they assume about your stability again. Stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. Yeah, they assume that you put flexibility above endurance, which is really not, I really don't feel like it's that at all, which is so funny. Yeah, people assume about your stability. They feel like you're more into, like, you know, your hobbies than like making something stable, which is so silly. You could have a full-blown career and people would still say your hobbies are like holding you back in some way, but they have no, they just don't know. Comment down below, like, what are you up to? I'm so curious, guys. Hand of cards. Take a chance, risk. Yeah, men are assuming that you are always taking risks, that because you like to try different things, it equates to them as taking risks and gambling with their lives. What? Why am I getting... I'm shocked, guys. I'm shocked. What? Yeah, men kind of like you're like gambling, but I'm really feeling like whatever you're doing is very stable and is making you, like, it's either making you money or making you happy. Not everything that is successful needs to be about making money. You know, not every relationship needs to end in marriage. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. But yeah, they assume that you follow your passions more. Yeah, men are also assuming that you're taking like an ebb period right now, you know, ebb and flow, or you're just taking some time off to get reconnected or something. And then we have dragonfly. Let me go back to passion actually, because I'm also getting that men are assuming that you're really good in bed. That's what I'm getting. They're assuming that you're fantastic in bed, that you were like, you're gonna blow someone's mind, maybe literally. You know, you have insane chemistry with anyone that you meet. You know, again, the Marilyn Monroe factor. It's like how hot you are almost isn't being brought up, because it's a no-brainer. Like, people are not even assuming that that's not an assumption. Okay, people don't have to assume that you're hot. It's a known fact, period. Okay, that's why it's not coming up here. It's the basis in which we're assuming all of this stuff on. All right, so people are like, yeah, they're so fine. There's no way that their hobbies could like really be paying off for them. Like, what? Like, I don't understand. You could have a TikTok, right? Like, you could have a TikTok where you show off your outfits or like even things like that, and they're like, oh, that's just like frivolous. But in actuality, you're trying to get like brand deals or whatever. You have a whole plan for this stuff. People are not seeing the vision, you know? And let them be in the dark, you know? Because you're going to shine even brighter that way. Period. Anyway, we got the dragonfly. Be lighthearted, finding out, oh my God, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. Wow, that's crazy. Because didn't I just say? Don't even worry about these people who are counting you out, because pretty soon they're going to find out they should have counted you in. That is kind of like a little bit of a theme here. You might want to check out pile number 3 if you were drawn to that, because that also came through as a little bit of a theme. But yeah, that is amazing. You're going to continue to just, you know, do your thing, be awesome like you already are, and, you know, kill all your goals. So they're just gonna find out. It's gonna come to light that you are the SHIT. I mean, I think they already know, but they're gonna know in more ways than the 5 they already know. It's definitely not just one. All right, I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Wednesday, and if you want a personal reading with me, I almost forgot what I was going to say. If you would like a personal reading with me, I would love to help you out. Go ahead and look at my description box down below, and that is where I have my services link that will explain everything about a reading with me. And furthermore, I have my OG reading for you all. It's going to be about what vibe does your social media give off. So if you want to know, it's over there. It's coming up in a few seconds actually. So yeah, I really hope that you guys like this one, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, love and light. Bye-bye. Hello there, my OGs. Stayed to the very end of the video. I'm so happy to have you all here. I hope you all had a fantastic week. And for those of you who watched my opening sequence, I hope that was interesting for you guys. I'm thinking about doing more kind of like chit chats like that. Would you guys like me to, you know, have more chit chats? I'm also thinking about going on live, guys. I really actually want to go live. I've just been nervous for some reason, but I think it's silly. I talked about it in the chit chat, but yeah, I think I'm gonna be going live like pretty soon. Comment down below if you want to see that. Anyway, I really hope you guys like this reading. I had so much fun with it. Let's go ahead and get into the OG reading. So what vibe does social media give off? What vibe does your social media give off? Oh, 3 of Cups. That's a fantastic card to have come out first. I'm really getting like, you have fun, you know? People are like, you get the vibe that you have fun, you have lots of friends, you like to go out and drink, you like to go out, you know, you're a good time to be with, you're really sunny, you know? You get the vibe that you have like a lot of friends, and that you're never really alone, but you are an independent person, okay? People do see you as being independent and having your own vibe, but also that you're not like, people assume that you would have a lot of friends, or, you know, the vibe is that you're not often alone because people want to be around you. Strength, ooh, that's interesting. People assume that you are a strong person for your social media. That's the vibe that they get, that you're a strong person, that you've, you know, not necessarily gone through things, but like you can handle a lot, you can handle yourself. And the Lovers, wow, people definitely see you as being like hot. You could also be in a relationship. That could be part of the vibe. Or the vibe is that you be good in a relationship, or that you know, you have a lot of like passion. You give a lot of like passion in a relationship. 9 of Swords. Can I get a clarifier for this 9 of Swords? 3 and then 9. Okay. People assume that like through your Instagram or your social media that you work hard in your friendships, and that, you know, some people Some people could even get the vibe that you're like your friends stress you out. I don't even know what that is. That could be like you have, honestly, people could assume things about your friends too, that they're like, you can have like some really fine friends and they could feel like, oh, it must be drama whenever they're around, you know, like must be drama. Yeah, people could like get the vibe that you might have drama in your friend group, which I think is silly. I think you actually have a good time, but I mean, that could be part of the vibe. That is so interesting. Okay, I'm gonna complete this row here. Or not. Okay, let's just do this. What else do we see? But I think you actually work hard on your friendships and that they're healthy. Or you're working to get there. What else? Page of Cups. I mean, if they do stress you out, I mean, that would be accurate. Page of Cups. I get this vibe that you're out and about a lot, and that a lot of people will come up to you when you're around. Like, you get the vibe that you are really great at like a party or like a general setting, that a lot of people would be into you, like if they were to see you in person, okay? That you'd be kind of like the belle of the ball type stuff. We have the Chariot. Yeah, people also get the vibe that you are very ambitious, that you're moving towards your goals a lot, and that you're always knocking things out of your way that have been holding you back, all right? You could have even like changed your hair recently. People are thinking about, like stuff like that, you know, like how people equate changing their look with changing their vibe. And I think it is true. People feel like you're always like shifting in that way, in a positive way. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, people give the vibe, it gives the vibe that like you go with the flow, you have fun, you don't overthink things. I think that people overthink about you more so than you overthink about them. That's the vibe. Beauty queen, period, okay? And friendship. What did we say earlier? You got a lot of cute people in your friend group as well. So I don't know why people assume that like beautiful people can't get along, but we can. Just kidding. Anyway, but yeah, they assume that like your friendship looks really good on the surface, but like maybe there's some drama or something. That is so interesting. But I don't feel like that's actually the way it is. Yeah, you get the vibe that you like have insane chemistry with people that you meet. All right, you're always overcoming obstacles. Because again, look at that. Like, this is supposed to be an obstacle, but look at the side of the road is clear. Like, you can easily walk past that. So I feel like people are assuming that you're always kind of doing that. Let's just get one last card, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. What vibe does social media give off? People feel like it's a controlled image though of dating and fun times. They want to know like what's behind the surface. I think your story does more of that. I'm just getting that vibe. And you seem just like young and fun and very free, you know, like very young spirited, very free. You're not really looking for like to be totally settled right now necessarily. You're looking for fun, you know? And even if you are in a relationship, it seems like you're looking for good times, looking for fun, you're looking for happiness with your friends, you know, at events, you know, whatever. And that's kind of the vibe it gives off. All right, I really hope that you all enjoyed this reading. I had a blast with you all today. I really liked the chit chat in the beginning. I might be doing more of that. If you guys comment that you are into that, just let me know. Or say no thanks, Lunar, it's fine. No, don't say that. Anyway, I hope you had a great time today. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, lots and lots of love and light. Okay, bye-bye.